If you're like me, there is nothing much more fulfilling in the world than spending countless hours grabbing hundreds of pointless collectibles or finishing a game on the hardest difficulty you can imagine and hearing that sweet, sweet sound. To be honest, I'm not a hardcore trophy hunter, only racking myself 60 blue boys, but of the 60 I have earned myself a few difficult ones, such as Injustice, Gods Among Us, Flex, Cuphead, and My Name is Mayor, the hardest of all. But what I want to know is why. Why does it hook me in? Why when I play a game I can't just finish it and put it down? Why can't I just leave it as it is? Is it the feeling of accomplishment? Is it the feeling of getting your money's worth? Is it so I can flex on people with less platinums than me? The latter. But seriously, I want to know. Let's look to philosophy and overthink this concept for 5 more minutes of your time. Let's start with the first one, winning. Winning is a word that we often use when referring to accomplishment. We can win a game, and we can win an award, but why as individuals or society are we so infatuated with winning? Well, to start physically, when we complete a task, whether it be easy or hard, your brain releases dopamine. If you don't know what dopamine is, it's pretty much the drug your body creates for the feeling of happiness, accomplishment and satisfaction. So much so that drugs such as heroin create a neurochemical reaction that greatly increase the dopamine released in the brain. Mixed out with spending an hour as a cat running from these little fat alien freaks, and the feeling of relief when we get to the end and the trophy finally pops. Very addictive, and it keeps us wanting more, and it keeps us wanting to do harder and harder trophies. Not too hard, as Sun Tzu says in The Art of War, know thyself, know thy enemy. 1,000 battles, 1,000 victories. In this situation, meaning know your own skill, know what skill is needed to get the platinum. I wish I would have followed this advice because PlayStation still won't let you delete one trophy list. Losing is inevitable, but so are the victories. Winning is found everywhere you look. It's an accomplishment that separates regular people from the legends. In society's eyes, winning from a personal perspective is practiced by athletes and other solo performers through the mastery of their skill. From a team perspective, games and contests usually have some sort of victory condition that is shared by all the players on the team. The individual victories don't really matter, as by the end it's whether or not the team wins the game or not. These might seem like different definitions, but they all have one objective: place first on various scales related to success and achievements. This is engraved in our mind from a young age, when your parents would let you win games and you try your hardest at school to win sports days and football matches. This need for victory never really leaves us, no matter how old we get. Therefore, we even take it into the pleasures in our lives, outside the seriousness of work, life and or school. It also tricks us into feeling that the time we spent playing on a computer game instead of working to succeed more in life is worth it, due to the feeling of a sense of accomplishment and success. Is this a good thing? Is this a bad thing? Let's also look to the philosophy of leisure for the answers. Leisure is a type of activity that people engage in for their own personal enjoyment. It is an activity done during one's free time. Leisure activities can range from the recreational, such as reading and playing games, to the artistic, such as painting and dancing. Leisure is not just about what we do, but also how we think about it. Leisure can be seen as either a good thing or a bad thing, depending on the person's point of view. For some people, leisure is a way to escape from work and responsibilities to relax and enjoy themselves, but for other people it's a waste of time that would rather spend making money, bettering themselves or bettering the world. Plato, a Greek philosopher born in the classical period of ancient Greece, was one of the first philosophers to study leisure, and he believed that leisure should be used as a way to escape from the world and find peace in oneself. He believed that it should be taught in schools not to work excessively all the time, and sometimes you can just turn instead to virtue. Getting your money's worth. It has got to the point where brand new games are £50-60, you can buy 8 games and those cost more than the console you're even playing it on. Put yourself in the shoes of someone who just bought Spider-Man Miles Morales new for £60 for the PS5 and it takes them 7 hours to complete. That's nearly £10 an hour to play. Sure, they can wait till it's cheaper from a second-hand store or game share with a friend for just half the price, but that's not everyone's desired choice. This is just an example. I finished the game and I thought it was personally so fun that I played it over and over again and even got the side quests, and I didn't even feel forced to. Personally, I would rule this out, as the game's fun enough for even 7-8 hours of gameplay. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the people who feel that you could have spent the money elsewhere. Could have spent it investing, making more money, somewhere more fun, somewhat longer. For the experience of just a campaign, is it worth it? Personally, I believe so, but that's up to you. It's believed that people who spend their money on experiences other than material goods and stuff like that are much happier. So, I mean, personally, I would say you spending your money on a game for an experience. Any experience, no matter the length, makes you happier. So even if a game is 8 hours long and you spend that much money on it, I would say personally it's worth it. So maybe we can rule this out. Personally, I would say I just enjoy game rewards. I enjoy the feeling of accomplishing something, even if it's a waste of my time, even if it's not getting me further in life, even if it's not making me any money, but it makes me happy. So who am I to say I shouldn't do that? But at the end of the day, no matter how much you complicate it and no matter how much you overthink it, feel free to comment what you think, but there is one constant, and that is the happiness we all get from this one simple thing. End.